Hi there and welcome. My name is Julia Lyons. I'm an earth-centered shamanic practitioner, healer, ceremonialist, folk herbalist, mother, whatever you want to call it. And I welcome you here. Today I'm going to do a short teaching about working with sacred smoke. So working with fire and dried plants or resins to change and shift the energy in your body or in your home or space, to give offerings, to cleanse, to bless, to protect and seal. There are really unlimited things that you can do. And if you're interested in a full class on sacred smoke, I have one coming out soon and I will post it down in the links below. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I have plenty more content on my channel and more coming out every week. Welcome. So the way that we're going to talk about today is working with dried plants and resins on a charcoal. So these are little charcoals that you can buy online in meditation shops or often in little witch shops if you have any of those near you. And this is my most frequent way of burning plants and resins. To be honest, in my opinion, I don't know any other way to successfully burn a resin other than on a charcoal. But there are many other ways that you can burn dried plants, of course. So I have two burners here. This one I made. It's kind of fun. There's already a charcoal started in there from my previous videos I was making. And this is a copalera from Belize that I got from when I go down there to do work with Miss Beatrice's family. And I have more info on the Yucatec Maya healing lineage of Miss Beatrice Waite, my involvement with her lineage and her living family, as well as ways that you can learn and support their family. So when we work with the charcoal or fire in general, there is this ancient reciprocity that happens between the fire and our breath. So the way that I always start working with the charcoal is by either whispering a prayer to it or giving it my breath. So I'm going to do that now, and then we'll light it and we'll get started. So it's really never about checking a box when we're doing spiritual work, right? So if I'm just blowing to quickly check a box, then we're not really doing it. It's about dropping in and feeling, did my heart, did my gratitude, did my love get through to the fire? I feel that it did in those breaths. And so I'm going to light it now. So I just hold it in my hands. These do spark up. I use, I believe it's called Starlight from Amazon. I order a box every now and then. And so I just hold it and light it. You don't need to do this. Please, like, I don't advise you to do this. I have burnt myself, but most of the times I feel pretty safe. So you can just put it in your burner and then light it. Or I used to have a fork that I would hold it with and then I would just light it. So please beware, it does spark. And I will come a little closer so you can see. I like to light both sides. Once it starts to spark, you can tell that it's going, and then I just plop it in here. So now we have to wait for the charcoal to be ready. So I'm going to set this outside, and it usually takes 10 to 20 minutes depending on the weather and the wind for the charcoal to actually be ready. In my full class about sacred smoke, we will get into why we let it sit and all of the nitty-gritty details about this work. Once there is a full layer of ash over the charcoal, you can begin to burn. So I have one already going. It's a little hard to see, but you can see that there is a layer of ash, and then the black that's on top of it right here is plants that I was already burning because I was making multiple different videos today. So this charcoal is probably about 45 minutes old. And so it's very much ready to go. I waited until it had that layer of ash on. I knew that the fire was ready, and I started burning plants. So today I want to invite us to drop in together and feel through the ethers, through the remote space, what these different plants feel like. So some are going to be a match and some aren't. Energetically, physically, like through scent, if you're burning them in person. And you always listen to if it feels like a yes or a no. You don't have to know why. It doesn't have to make sense. It could change and it could stay that way forever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which plants you resonate with. It's interesting to learn about, but there's no better or worse for this. So I'm going to start with black copal, one of my favorites. This is probably my most burned resin, and I get this from Miss Beatrice's family. Again, there's a link down below about my work with her family and how you can learn about it and the lineage and ways to support their family. So why don't we just take a moment to drop in so that then you can really feel the energy of the plants we're working with. So go ahead and close your eyes and start to drop in and breathe. Breathing into your body and your space. And starting to notice what information your body is giving you. Are there any sensations? Is there any tension? Are there any parts of your body that feel like they're really expansive and you can really get your full breath? Or any parts that are feeling held or restricted, resistant to the breath or to the flow of energy? And as you notice, you just collect this information and continue to breathe. Breathing in your connection with the earth, anchoring you down in reciprocity with the Great Mother. And breathing in your connection with the sky. And from this place where you are feeling like you're starting to ground and become more present, I welcome you into this sacred space with me more fully, to hook up and welcome the spirit of the fire and these plants to come and work with you so that you can start to feel which plants, which allies might be a match for you. So I'm going to start by burning black copal. So you can have your eyes open or you can close them. But if you're comfortable, you can welcome the spirit of the fire and of the black copal to come and work with and through your body. And I always whisper when I'm working in middle world work. So when I'm working with physical helpers, welcome to the black copal fire, helping me, his friends get to know, helping us to circulate. So breathing in, welcoming the spirit of the black copal and the fire to come in and through your body to circulate the energy. Taking some breaths, breathing the copal in, and noticing how it feels. Black copal, great circulator, working with us and helping us. Okay. Next, I have pine resin from here in Colorado. And so take a deep breath, kind of shake out, move, say thank you, black copal. And now please step back. We're going to welcome another plant. And now, with our thanks and gratitude, welcoming the sacred blood of the pine tree, the pine resin, and taking a deep breath and welcoming the fire and the pine resin to come in and through your space, in and through your body, to cleanse. Breathing it all throughout. And as the energy starts to move, I encourage you to move, shift, shake, sound, so that the energy can get to where it's trying to go, so that it can move in the ways that it needs and wants to. Sometimes we need the physical breath and movements and sounds to help support that in happening. Thank you to the pine, thank you to the fire, circulating and cleansing our energy, out anything that is not us, anything that's not needed, so that which is good, that which is us can come. Giving thanks to the pine. And letting the pine finish burning while I prepare the next plant that we'll work with, which is Artemisia, Artemisia, another local of Colorado, here where I live. Everything that I work with is, if I harvest it, whether from my garden or from the wild, is done by giving offerings, asking permission, and really working with the spirit of the plants and right relationship, not taking too much, really slowing down and giving thanks, giving offerings, and waiting with instruction from the plants of what to harvest, where to cut, how much. Okay, so shaking out, moving the pine resin out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please give space so that we can welcome our next plant, the Artemisia. And if you're here in person, these all smell completely different. But breathe in and welcome the spirit of the Artemisia, and you'll be able to feel and sense the different energies. I'm going to turn around to my altar and offer some up. Noticing how you feel, what you're experiencing as this Artemisia moves in and through your space. If it feels like a yes or a no for you, if it's an energetic vibrational match. And the next plant that we're going to burn is one of my favorites. And I definitely have a soft spot for plants that are misunderstood or not really, they're overlooked. And this plant is definitely one. This is yellow clover. It is rampant in Colorado where I live. It's regarded as a weed. Of course, I don't believe in weeds in that way. But this is an amazing plant. It smells so sweet, and I really view it as our local sweetgrass here in Colorado. So as far as I know, sweetgrass doesn't grow wild here, although a lot of people cultivate it. And I work with the yellow clover instead. I love and prefer working with local plants. Of course, there are others like black copal, like cedar, that I've developed a relationship with. but I think there's nothing better than what grows where you grow. So closing your eyes, breathing out the artemisia from your space, and welcoming the sweetness of the yellow clover. And we give thanks to the yellow clover. And with your next full breath, really fully welcome that sweetness, those blessings into your body, into your cells, and into your life. Thank you, yellow clover. Of course, you can burn any plant that's safe to ingest. You can burn if it's dried. There's so many others that I love to work with that I will talk about in the full class. I will post the link below when I have that out and available on my website. And I hope that this was a nice introduction for you, working with the fire, the air, the plants, the resins, and to also show you that you can, without the plant being present, call for the spirit of the plant to work with you, to engage with you, to help and support you. Please, as always, like, comment, subscribe, ask any questions that you have down below. I'm so excited to be sharing this work and these teachings with you, and I hope that you feel connected, revived, and in a good, grounded place. Have a great day. Cheers.